Hello, everybody. This is Alam here. So in this video, I'm going to basically explain the major differences between private and public IP addresses. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Okay, so I've created a table to list the major differences. The first difference is the private IPs are used in the internal network. So they are not public facing and they're not accessible over the internet. Whereas the public IP addresses are used on the public network, which means they are accessible over the internet. Next is the private IPs are assigned by your network team or the whoever manages the network, typically a network administrator. Now, public IPs are assigned by the service provider, which could be an ISP, or they are assigned by an organization by the name IANA. So in a very large organization, the network administrator may have access to public IP addresses, which they have purchased from the service provider or IANA, right? So for example, a team within the organization needs a public IP. In that case, the network administrator or the network team of that company will assign the public IP address. Again, but you cannot create your own public IP addresses. They have to be purchased from the service provider or the IANA. Now, moving on to the next one, the private IPs are unique only in the internal network. So they are not unique outside the network. So within the internal network, the private IPs will be unique. Whereas the public IPs are globally unique. So that's a major difference. Next is the private IPs are free of cost. Whereas the public IPs you have to be purchased. Like I said, you have to purchase them. Next is the range of the private IPs and public IPs. So private IPs are divided into class A, B, C. Class A starts from 10. So basically anything that has a 10 as the starting means it's a private IP. Class B starts from 172.16 all the way up to 172.31. So anything in between this is private. For Class C, it's from 192. So anything starting with 192.168 is considered is a private IP. Now for the public IP range, again, it's divided into three classes: Class A, B, C. There are more classes, but for as far as networking is concerned, A, B, C are the relevant ones. So Class A starts from 1 to 126, and is a complete list. The 10 is missing because it's assigned to the private IP range. For Class B, the range is between 128 all the way up to 191. Here's the complete list of the range. Again, 172.16 all the way up to 172.31 is missing because it's assigned to the private network. Class C range is 192 to 223. And here's the complete list of possible IP addresses that can be assigned. Yeah, so yeah, this is just wanted to share the differences between public and private IP. These are the major differences. It's important to remember these differences because in many cases, a question can be asked in an interview, and also if you're working with anything to do with networks or assigning IPs, you should know this information. Okay, so yeah, thank you.